This is New Consultant Boot Camp Session 2. We did Session 1 last week, and we covered welcome and intros, how long at Mary Kay, reason for joining, immediate goal, why Mary Kay won't work for you, the only way to fail is to quit, secrets to success, thinking big and working the numbers, what our role as your director is and is not, and then habits for success. The only thing that I left off on habits of success, we're going to start with vision casting tonight. But the last thing that I did not cover as far as habits of success would be 10 reasons why you should attend your unit meetings. Right, y'all are all here. So, now, of course, we have Ustream, and I want people to be able to take advantage of that because I understand that people's lives are busy, but wouldn't you agree that it's not the same as, it's not quite the same as being here?
No, because I can't ask a question when I want to.
Right. So, reasons, I can tell you this, that Sonia, as my adoptee team member, she came every single week, and she is the one that stands as the director today. I'm just saying. Because there's something about being connected that makes a difference. It's just like if I quit going to church altogether, not that this is church, but if I quit going to church, the more I feel disconnected from, those relationships and everything. So, inspiration from other unit members, recognition for your achievements, encouragement and support from women who understand what you're doing, hands-on training and opportunities, ideas for building your business at work, improving your leadership qualities and product updates. I think that next week, as far as I know, I believe that Sarah Catherine's going to be showing all the brand new products for the Zen collection, and then the finishing spray, all that stuff. And we have the smear sheets. You can't do that without being hands-on. Recruiting opportunities. Y'all see that there are 4 guests here tonight. It's awesome. Positive role models, customer service ethics. And they're fun, and even though Amy was feeling really terrible tonight, she came anyways because she said she was going to leave in a good mood, which is exactly what it says here. And Mary Kay always said that when you've had a good week, the meeting needs you. When you've had a bad week, you need the meeting. So, that's all I'm going to say on habits for success. Then I have this. I sent out documents, and I copied Sarah Catherine on them as well. Y'all get them because you're here. But the only one document that was missing, I think, was this one, vision casting. I need to find it or have somebody put it together for me somehow because I couldn't find it. I looked, y'all, and I just gave up. So there we go. But this is where I get to share the Mary Kay menu with you. And everybody knows what IPA stands for, right? Income producing activity. Okay. So there are ways that we make our money in Mary Kay, and they're called income producing activity. So like we shared last week, alphabetizing your products on a shelf is not an income producing activity. My office looks like a bomb right now, but when it comes to people or paper, which one am I going to deal with? I'm going to deal with the people. That's what's going to make me money. So, I am getting organized. So, there are many, I know why there's many teachers that are successful in Mary Kay because what we do is we're really teaching. And it's because they're just teaching on a different subject. So we're going to teach about 2 different things here, and what we're teaching women are about sharing the product and sharing the marketing plan. So those are the 2 different ways that we make our money. If you look on the left there, sharing the product, different ways that we do that are on the face. That can be a facial, a double facial, or a party, which would be 3 to 6 to 8 people around in there, and I wouldn't say more than 8. And then on the go, that means you can't. I carry my little demo things around with me, so I can just whip it out. Like say if I'm at my trainer's and she says I need a brown eyeshadow, then I just go whoop. I just happen to hear you can try. You can sell a lot on the go. Online, that's when people order from you on your personal website, or you can refer them to your website. On paper, okay, what's on paper? It's called our PCP program, and it's not a drug, like I said before. Ha, ha, ha. What that is, I mean, y'all know when you've watched a commercial and you say, it's clinic time at Macy's or it's clinic time at Dillard's. It's the same thing with Mary Kay. So for a $40 purchase or more, we are sending our lookbooks. We have to physically choose to do that. We get that opportunity once a quarter to send this book, the current lookbook. This is not the current one, but I'm just showing you one, and it has product samples inside. So you can go into Mary Kay in Touch and select who you would like to send. You enter your customer information. It's saved. Sometimes I don't send to the same people. You know, it just depends. There's a mailer 2 that Sarah Catherine has a lot of good luck with. She sends the mailer 2 out to all of her customers, but it's for 70 cents, right? 70 cents a mailing. This one's the lookbook.
It's, I think 80 cents now, 75 cents.
Oh, really? It's gone up. Okay. The postal office went off the physical clip. But as you see, for that amount of money, they will address this for you. They will send it for you, and they have the sample in it for you. So you can't. When the books are $3.70, $3.50 for 10 of them, I keep off all my numbers. Then you do the math. It's not worth it for you not to, and then it takes the time out of you for you even having to do it because it says, offers the free gift, and you can choose whether to offer the free gift with purchase or not. Okay, so that's what on paper is. The last way is on with the show. That would be what Lena and I did just off the cuff last Wednesday night. Mm-hmm. We went to Denton. There was a bunch of sorority girls. They weren't really, I don't think, expecting us, and so there's a little miscommunication there. But and that has to do with coaching, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But basically, they weren't really ready. So there was a bunch of them. Some of them did the back of their hand. They weren't ready for us to do their face. You know, if somebody says, it's a very personal thing sometimes for people to take off their makeup if they don't want to. I say, oh, it's okay. Is there any reason why you wouldn't just do on the back of your hand for me? And then that way we do the liquid foundation, and they're like, ooh. And if they're ivory skin tone, I do bronze on them. And if they are bronze skin tone, I do ivory on them because they can see much better the difference on their hand when doing skincare on one side as opposed to the other. I love doing on with the show because you can do so many more people. However, I found that it takes away a little bit of the personalization with them and keeping them as a customer. Okay, so this is okay. How many of you remember hearing from your director about a perfect start or power start? You do. Okay. Perfect Start is doing 15 faces in 2 weeks, and a Power Start is doing 30 faces in 30 days. So the reason this is something that was provided by Mary Kay, it was her idea, and so it's to get your business off on the best foot possible because the best way you can learn as a consultant is repetition, repetition, repetition. And once you have Facial 30 Woman, wouldn't you agree that you're going to be a little bit more confident in your business skills? And you're like, really? People that tell me I don't know what to do or I'm scared, I'll say do 30 and you'll feel a whole lot better. You'll be telling me what to do. And they are powerful. So once you've done it, then you know what it takes to do it, and you can decide, oh, this is so easy. I'll just do 2 Power Starts this month, right? As you talked about doing 60. Or you can decide to do 1 every single month, or you can decide to do 1 every other month. So it's just you. Or you can say, oh, I'm glad I did it, but I don't want to work like that. It kind of gives you the experience to be able to say how you want to work going forward. Okay. Another thing, too, is you get recognition. You get your Power Start pin when you do 30 faces, and Perfect Start for doing 15. So, and the whole thing about it is that you get to pick when it starts. It doesn't start the first day that you become a consultant. It starts on the day that you say, I'm starting my Power Start. Okay. Even as sales directors, we do Power Starts and Perfect Starts. I pretty much think I do one almost every single month. So, Okay, so in doing that, you are wanting to develop the perfect skincare party, class, whatever you want to have objectives from every class. Now, there's one that she's leaving out of here that you're going to add. But the first thing it says is the first question you want to ask yourself at the end of every skincare class is how many sets did I sell I used to just at the end of my class when I was just say, well, what do you want to buy? No, that is so weak. That's why we have those closing sheets. How many sets how many sets did I sell? This can be a basic set, miracle set, microdermabrasion set, the flawless set. I'm going to pass out the closing sheets in just a minute. How many future parties can I book? Amy's the master, man. She books that second appointment. I'm just like, wow. And then the third thing you want to do is you want to see how many team building sessions you can actually schedule from, and choose. I mean, a lot of them, I'll tell them, I chose you. Mary Kay said that every skincare party there's at least one beauty consultant, and I think that you're the one. Now, I would love for y'all don't prejudge anyone. I would interview every single last one of them unless you don't want to work with them. Just a few weeks ago, she was like, that's a negative Nelly. Well, we're just going to be nice to her anyway. And then the last question you want to ask yourself is how many referrals can I take away from this appointment? So when we did the sorority house the other night, we left with a ton of referrals, at least. Even they weren't expecting us. Everybody wants to play a game and win a prize. And we're taking their pictures. Picture every single time with the name tag on. That way you know how to textbook them for their if they decide not to hold a party. Okay. Now, if somebody becomes a consultant, then I give those referrals to them. So doing this class, Full Circle is the means to every end in Mary Kay. Okay, so you can be 16 classes away from DIQ because, let's do the math here. That's 4 people in a class times 16 classes equals 64 faces. If you were just to conduct half of those, because you can book all of them, but they're not going to hold. Remember what Mary Kay said, that half of those you book will hold. So say you book every single one of them. Only half of those are going to hold. So say you have 32 interviews. The numbers are that 1 in 4 people will sign. So when you do 64 faces, you'll have 8 new team members. So what's your goal for the month? If your goal for the month, Amy, really is to be in DIQ, then really you want to do 64 faces. That's the reality of the numbers. Okay, so that's the first way we make money. Second way we make money by teaching the marketing plan. How can we, now this is a little outdated, but Glenda McGuire is awesome. I've heard her speak. She's a national sales director, and the woman is phenomenal in doing vision casting, and this is her basic plan. Sharing the marketing plan can be through one-on-one interviews where you're sitting there, over coffee. That's the best way I like to do it, because when I can be in their personal space, I'm much more effective. Okay, tapes. We don't do tapes anymore. That would be like a hotline, a marketing hotline. Y'all all have the Sarah Catherine's on her website. Mine is on my website. Okay, you can there's stickers on there too that you can print up. Mine are permanently printed on the back of my cards. Then events like Wow Night tomorrow night. I took 2 people last time, and one of them is a qualified team member that attends meetings regularly now and wants to move into leadership. We did her debut on Sunday. Success meetings, because obviously they're getting the marketing plan, they're listening. And then literature. It's always good to be able to hand them the success, success brochure, team building success brochure that the company has. That's very powerful. We've been using those at our classes as well. So, beginning with your first active team member, you make 4% commission. 3, you get the red jacket. 5, you get 9 or 13%. Does anybody know what the difference is with the 9 and the 13%? While we say you get 9 to 13%.
Is it because you're a star or no?
No, that you're along the right line. It's the same thing as directors. When we ourselves place a $600 wholesale order in that month, or cumulative wholesale orders, and we have at least 5 active team members ordering. So I have 5 people ordering 200, then I get a 13%
So 5 people ordering 200, and then you have to place 600 wholesale at least in 1 month?
Yes.
No matter how many times?
Yeah, I can't tell you. I always get a 13% check. That's why we are always personally team building. Mm-hmm. And there is never a question as to whether or not I'll have 5 personal team members ordering, and there's never a question as to whether or not my wholesale order will be less than $600, ever. And you can look at my history on Mary Kay. It's the truth. I mean, seriously. I wouldn't be a star for 40 whatever quarters now if that weren't the truth. So that's what that means. But, hey, 9% is good, too. It's just that as your checks get bigger and your teams get bigger, there's a big difference between a 9 and a 13% check on your whole entire production.
Almost double.
Okay? You start getting a $50 team building bonus with 4, okay, on your team. Beginning with your 4th qualified team member.
Okay.
That means your 4th team member comes in qualified. You start getting $50 from that point out for each qualified team member. As a director, it's $100. As a director, it's 26% commission on your, so when you do 600, 26% commission on your personal team, and they pay you on your own orders. I get 13% on my own orders, in addition to the 50% discount that I get. So what are we making, Sarah Catherine?
63.
Yeah. And then we get paid another, so it's 26% on your personal, 13% on your entire unit. That's why I make sure I'm doing my job.
So personals are one below you. Personal.
Amy's my personal. You are not my personal.
Tammy would be your personal.
Tammy is my personal.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. And if your recruiter goes away, it doesn't matter. It's still your, it just shows as no recruiter.
Now, Sonia, since she's adopted here. Wow.
Ooh, what
catch? She, whoever recruited her is getting the commission check.
Yeah.
Or the love checks from her.
Uh-huh.
So, okay. I don't know why I thought maybe
No.
she jumped over here. Okay.
It's closer to her for her, so that's why we have the adoptee program in Mary Kay. So we all treat each other as how we would like to be treated. So I'm doing, we've done for her the same that we would like to be done for our girls that are not local.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So when you get to 10, then your future independent sales director, 8 is future independent sales director, and 10 is DIQ. So 10 plus you is 11 people. You and 11 now go to 24 people, and that's when you become a unit. Now the difference here is that when you get 10 people on your team, this is where, and you turn in your commitment card to Mary Kay, this is where they will, this is where the big umbrella opens up, and you become the Mary Kay grandma. I become the Mary Kay grandma, and everybody that's your people from that point on counts towards your 24.
Okay.
You want to get to 10 as quickly as you can. You never want to stop your people from recruiting people in the meantime, because it makes them stronger, and it always makes them, it shows that their staying power is longer too.
Okay.
But that's why you want to get to 10 as quickly as possible if directorship is the path that you're wanting to take. Okay? So, that is on vision casting, and I'm going to just show you, I think I need to go a little bit faster. I talk. Come on. This is where my printer went crazy today, and I couldn't get it to stop, and I accidentally deleted my printer. It's great. Okay. This is called Profitable Action Plan for Abundant Thinkers. This is done by actually Mickey Ivey, who's a retired national sales director. And but Mickey Ivey is Jill Moore's mom. It's all three together. They're all three together, yeah.
Oh. Okay. With you.
Catherine. And I emailed these out today.
Yeah, I got them.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Can I just look at them right now and then I'll give them back?
It's okay. Yeah, it's fine. My printer went crazy and it wouldn't stop. So, okay. What is this? Okay. I think this is really good. This shows how you make the 3 different avenues of training, of making money in Mary Kay. Avenue 1, teaching. If your average class or party is $300, and that's really low. That's from 3 to 6 people. That's about $100 a face. I mean, this skincare class is approximately 2 hours, $100 in sales per customers, 3 customers at each class, $300 for the class if you held just two per week. That's $600 retail per week times 4, just being consistent. That's $2,400 retail that month, which would be $1,200 wholesale to put back into your inventory and $1,200 into your business account. Okay? Avenue 1 is the key to everything. By all means, sell each client for extra profits. But each week you must make 6 basic customers to build your business. This is sure to book her to buy 75 for only 25. We're doing the custom compact. That seems to be working really well. Holding up the custom compact and showing them. That's how I did it on Saturday. The girl had 3 people here, and I said, since you have 3 people here, when you have at least 100 in sales, you, Chelsea, will receive your custom. Not that they won the smaller one. So it's a $55 value. So I sold 400. That was worth it to me. Sometimes does it work out to where they are just breaking even? It's happened to me a couple of times. Oh well, it's okay. It all comes around. It comes back to you. But basically, when you have 3 to 4, that's my basic hostess plan right now. If they're not excited about that, then I say, well, what do you want for 55? You want microdermabrasion? You want, the brushes? I don't care. Whatever they get excited about. Somebody wanted the skincare one time. Okay, fine. So, okay. Avenue number 2 is, this is your reorder business. Okay. An average customer will reorder $40 per month. This is just saying, it's just basically showing you can do the math, but you could have $36,000 in a year if you were doing good follow-up. Really, it's just about follow-up. I honestly think I've lost a lot. My unit are my customers, really. So I'm trying to tighten my systems to where I retain my customers, some of the ones that I know that have just flown by the wayside. Not because I wasn't good to them, but not bugging them, but doing, follow-up. I know Sarah Catherine's great with her customers. Number 3. So first way is avenue number 1 are your new sales. Avenue number 2 is your reorders. Oh, I love my reorder business. I love it. I love it when they call me and tell me, like, seriously. And I know it takes a little bit, but if you treat them well, usually they will stick to you like glue. Okay? And if you have product on hand.
I had 3 today. Had a $600 day in reorders.
$600 day in reorders.
Wow.
Well, it was $570 something, but
I had a couple of Sundays ago. I had a $600 day in reorders.
3 people.
Mine was more than 3 people. Mine was 1,
But still,
4 or 5 people. Yeah.
In one day.
Yeah. So, okay. Avenue number 3. This is paid directly from the company. This is your love check, and it's never taken out of the new recruit's pocket. This will continue for as long as the recruit and the recruiter are active with the company. If you're not active, you won't get your check. Okay. So, if you educate your new recruit to do Avenue 1, she'll be wholesaling $1,200 per month. Look at this. 4, 9, 13%. Basically showing you how you can have $26,208 per year spendable income on team building. Work Avenue number 1 for 10 months and build Avenue 2 into $3,000 per month. Work Avenue 1 for 10 months and build Avenue 3 into $2,000. 5,000 times 12 months will be $60,000 per year. That's spendable income because you've already replaced the other in each avenue. And you will also have a free car and be in the Queen's Court of Sharing and sales. So remember that Avenue 1 generates your business. It never goes into the family budget. It's used to capitalize your business. So, and that's true for me too. I use but I have other expenses to pay. I have director expenses to pay. I use my sales and things like that to pay for all those things, which I get back on my taxes anyway. My love checks are my money, right? For you, yeah.
I read somewhere that if you, number 1 reason for failure in Mary Kay is
Because you embezzle from yourself. So
Oh.
money management is super important.
Absolutely. And actually, next week will be in-depth money management and office management. Oh, no, it won't. Sorry, not next week. The next time we talk.
Because I'm not doing that.
Sorry. Sorry about that.
It'll be week after next.
I lied. Actually, it'll be the week after next because that's the Lucky Lady event, recruiting night. Yeah. So, okay. I'm getting off my. Okay, so I'm going to. I already did all that. Okay, I'm going to just give you some scripts. Now, when you decide to do your Mary Kay business, you can either do the Power Start, or you can do Perfect Start, or you can have a business day. Like, you can do that by doing, like, say, 10 parties 3. Some people don't want to have a big do-do-do. Okay? Some people want it to be a small group. I'm doing a small one on Wednesday night. That's how she prefers to do her, that's how she feels comfortable. That's fine. Or you can have a business debut where you invite everybody, that has skin. Okay? Business debut follow-up scripts. I think this is important. And I tell every new consultant that they should use this script. How to confirm them and work them for a little circle. If they say, because like a lot of people say, well, she said no. Oh, well, that's okay. Since you're not able to come, this gives me the opportunity to let you know what I'm working for and how I can use your help. Part of my education is to find 30 sharp women who, whatever your goal is, who would be willing to invite a couple of friends over and let me practice on their face for helping me out in the next 3 weeks. I will not only be presenting with the special thank you gift, but you will have the chance to earn all the free products you want, and I'm going to help you. Isn't that great? When would be a good time to get together? At the beginning of the week? I mean, I used to practice in the mirror because I felt like a total goofball. Seriously. Okay, some people say, I don't know anybody. Okay, this is straight off the Mary Kay website, and this might even jog your memory or your mind. Who do I know? These are former co-workers, former college mates, former neighbors, new neighbors. New neighbor, Leah, perfect example. She went and got her boyfriend's neighbor. Mm-hmm. Came in with a 1200. Sharp girl. Pet groomer, pharmacist. I'm doing a facial with the pharmacist. My pharmacist tomorrow. See? Huh? Dental hygienist, church members, florist, maid of honor at your wedding, bride, department store clerk, bank teller, grocery checker, jeweler, lawyer, mothers of the kids on the soccer team, your children's teachers, babysitter, book clubs, networking groups. I mean, the list goes on and who you could contact. Okay. Power Start script. I don't know, y'all have already heard of this, you've done it. You might want to go back to it, though. I need an assistant just passing things out. Okay, here we go. Okay. Hi, Melissa, this is Lisa. Guess what? Okay. Okay, I have joined Mary Kay as a beauty consultant, and I'm really excited, but I am kind of scared to death. I'm going to be honest. This is not kind of feel natural for me. I need a favor, and I thought of you because I knew that you were going to laugh with me, not at me, right? This month, my deal is that I have to do 30 practice facials on people I don't know. Will you be a face for me? Please, please, please. And just invite over a few friends I don't know. You see, I'm supposed to be practicing on strangers, and that's very uncomfortable for me, but I'm going to get over it. It's just to practice my presentation technique, and they don't have, you have to buy a thing. Sure. Yeah, yay! Yeah, you're so awesome. Okay, great. Do you know how much I love you right now? Be you. I mean, be your personality. That would be me. I mean, do you know how much I love you? I love you. I want to kiss you. Okay. So, great. Let's pick a date that's good for you. Now, the perfect ideal thing would be for you to have 3. So, but, invite as many as you can so that we can get at least 3 there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you the Friday before the class, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to get their information and pre-profile them. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that, and so I'm adding to this, y'all, is that in order for this to be very successful for you and successful for me, part of my job is to find out about their skin and stuff ahead of time so that they know I'm professional. So, just for giving me their names and numbers, I'm just going to text them. I'm not going to bother them. I'm going to ask them a few questions. Okay? And then later on, I'm going to tell y'all how you pre-profile these. It makes the appointments hold so much better. Just by doing this for me, you'll get to choose some free Mary Kay products for yourself. This is where you guys give them whatever hostess plan you want to. There's tons of hostess plans on my website. You want to use the compact. You want to use the you get 50% off all your products. You want to use the you get 75 for 35. Whatever flips your switch, or flips her switch, really, is what you want to offer her. And one last thing, Melissa. These are practice spaces, and in order for me to get credit, I do have to hold them within the time period allotted. So promise me, God forbid, that there's an emergency, that nothing would, like, seriously, I mean, I know there's emergencies, but this is my business, and you can count on me. Is there any reason I couldn't ask the same of you?
No, not a problem.
Yay! You're awesome. Okay, thank you so much for doing this. You're such a great friend, and I love you, and I want to kiss you, but I won't. Okay. So, y'all get the idea. So make it you, but none of this, but come from a place of excitement. If you're not feeling excited, find some stairs and run up and down them a few times. And you just kind of like, I'm not kidding. Feel like you're out of breath. Go run. Actually, after you've gone running, come back in and be like, you know what I mean? So, now I'm also going to give you a script on, y'all are going to laugh at me. I did this, but I booked a party out of it when I was brand new. Oh. This is when you have, when you have booked someone or you're wanting to book them for Mondays or Saturdays or whatever. Hey, Amy, this is Lisa with Mary Kay, and I'm so sorry I missed you. I'm so excited. We're going to have the most fun evening on next Monday night, and we're going to have an evening of glamour at, we're serving pizza at 6 o'clock. The food always gets them here. And I'm serious. They're like, oh, girl, shut up. Really? I'm like, yeah, pizza and water. So, and guess what? You're going to get to be able to try all of our new mineral products and get a fabulous facial. So you're going to get a gift for coming. You're going to be around the most positive women, and you're going to love it. You're going to have a great time. I'm going to just absolutely die because I'm going to show you off with my face model. But if not, then I could have, give her a different option, on another night. But anyway, this is a kind of a long message. I don't know that you need to leave them everything, but it kind of gives you the idea. Now, when I first did this, I pretty much read it straight off and did my little practicing, and my friend called me back and she goes, what were you reading off of? I was like, how did you know, Rita? I still remember to this day. I was such a dork, but guess what? It worked. She came and bought a bunch of stuff. Okay, this is something else that I sent out now that I didn't send out. Here are just some warm, as I told you, there are different ways to book. These are warm, this is for y'all's little books that you're going to probably put together after we're through now. Warm chatter scripts and booking scripts.
Together. Sorry.
Yeah, they're all together. Sorry. Here. They're all together. Okay. Booking to a lifeline to your business. Practice makes perfect. This is booking someone for one-to-one that you already know. I'm not going to go over all of these because we've got a lot to do. But this is basically some of you already know or somebody that you just met. Put this in your deal and read it and use it. Seriously. I've sent these around as well. If you don't want to call them, y'all have seen, I'm serious. This has been defined. This is the perfect 5-step texting process. Do not use them for Davis bridal leads, but you can use them for anything else. Do y'all have this?
I want a copy of that. I heard you talking about it.
It's on my website as well. But I mean, it is down to the point of
let me go ahead and take one.
Confirming them, and when they respond back, giving them directions. I mean, I have a good show rate on the people that I have come here. Why? Because this is what I do. Amy has an incredible booking rate on the referral booking with the pick. This is the script that she uses. Okay? I have a great response from booking from Fishbowl or Fair with that one. So I'm just giving you what I've used and what's worked for me. Okay? That is booking. Because there are 4 aspects to this business: book, coach, sell, and team build. And the better you get at that, and the more skilled you get at that, the more successful you will be in Mary Kay. And that has nothing to do with emotional management, financial management, and all that, but we'll get to those, later. Okay. When we talked about hostessing, I've already talked about hostess opportunities, but when you were like, pre-profiling, what are you talking about? I sent out a script tonight. This one's a little bit different. This is the one I sent around. I couldn't find this one online, but this is the one that I use when I'm texting them. Now, I don't do this for the bridal because they're going to make sure that their bridal people get here anyway, but I do this for parties. I will not go do a party unless I have pre-profiled the people. I don't trust that they're going to be there because they're not. It's going to be a party with me, myself, and I, and the hostess maybe. So, I basically text them and say something about, hey girl, or hey beautiful, or I have their name and stuff, and I say, I want to let you know that I'm the one that's going to be doing the Mary Kay class, the party, girls' night out on Friday night at 7. I just have a couple quick questions for you because I want to be totally as prepared for you as possible. Number one, I don't say, have you ever used Mary Kay? I say something like, what are you currently using to cleanse your skin with? Number two, do you feel that you have dry, normal, combination, oily skin? Now, last question, if you had one thing you could change about your skin, what would that be? Or you have one concern? And, oh, boy, they unload on me on that one. And then I know. Like, I know to bring my Time-Wise Even Collection. I mean, I bring it anyways, but I kind of can get the feel of the group of who I'm dealing with. I get a much better feel. And then they think I'm a professional. Because I've been told that when I've done that, if they don't respond to me, I know they're not coming. The ones that respond to me, and then I confirm with them again. I'll say, girl, I'll be totally prepared for you. And then the last thing I say, another question sometimes that I add on there, just so that they're like, ooh, she knows what she's talking about. I'll say, what color eyes do you have? Because that leads them into, oh, she knows how to do colors. Okay? Pre-profiling is important. It is just as important as the booking. Mary Kay always said, a class worth booking is a class worth coaching, right? Did I say that right? Yeah. And I'm telling you, I'm serious about that. Okay, selling. Basically, we have integrated the 13 steps to a successful party with AIP. That, this is on my, do you have this, Melissa? She does? Okay, this is also on my website. Y'all know about this. I'm not going to go into detail about it. It's on my website under Educational Resources and Templates, and it is right there at the very top under Lisa's Favorites.
Did you get it fixed?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. I did not.
I was passing it around, and I'm like, oh, it's not working.
I found out today, and Dana fixed it for me.
Okay, cool.
Part of the AIP class is having this What You Think form. That is also there under Lisa's Favorites. You just want to change Lisa's Life Changers because hers, Sarah Catherine's Cadillac Dreamers. But this is part of the AIP party. If you're just watching this via Ustream, if you read through the AIP party, then you'll know what I'm talking about when it comes to the What You Think form. Then, this is not on the website yet either, but this is our, Carol and I need to fix a few things, but this is my most recent closing sheet. I like it a whole lot better. I mean, we're trying to get things kind of more streamlined, if that makes sense. I know Sarah Catherine has one too. It's just whatever one works for you, seriously, because that's the one you're going to be most powerful with. I don't care if this is the one you don't like it. That's fine with me. This is the one I'm using right now. What I do love about it is that when I close at the end, I can say, these are our 4 skincare lines. You name it, we got it for you, girl. And what I want you to do is, this is what I call the table close. There are, at the class, there's the opening There's the middle portion of the class. I sit around a flip chart. We used to have flip charts. We don't have flip charts anymore. But basically, there is a total script. But what you hear Sarah Catherine and I have done, we've just memorized our flip chart from before. And it's in the AIP party as well. Yeah. So, but if you want any more specifics, it's in the flip chart that I emailed around, the older one that we used to use. So, in a party, you have the opening, your I story, you have marketing, then you have the explaining about the product, then you have what's called the table close and the individual close. Those are two very separate things. Excuse me, I am having sinus. So I'm going to pass. So the table close is where you pass out this piece of paper, not the one I'm just giving you now, but the closing sheet that I just held up, this one right here. And this is where you say, this is my girlfriend, and you hold up the marketing bag, and you say, I take her with me everywhere I go. I just love her to death. And then you show how you pull off the different, you can pull off the different bags and everything. And then you say, we're going to go through this closing sheet, and I want you to circle the best skincare set. I start with closing the skincare set, the one that's best for you. And I want you to choose one. Okay, choose the one that's best for you if money were no object. Then I tell them to go ahead and circle other sets that we use as if money were no object that they loved. Then I can kind of see what they've circled when we sit down, okay? That is called the individual close. So, did I pass out enough of these or not? Okay. So, in the individual consultation, this is where you're selling the product. You take them off privately. Because one of two things can happen. If you're doing it in a big group, and Amy and I've seen it happen both ways, if you're in a big group and one person does something really good, then they all do good. If one person goes, just give me lipstick, and they've all heard her say that, then they're all just either getting nothing or getting a lipstick. That's why that's why we call it an individual close. Okay? And I tell them I'm not scary. There's no scariness going on. I'm here to help them get what they desire, what they're wanting to achieve out of this, okay? So, did you have a good time? And you're nodding your head. Did you have a good time? Do you like the way your face feels? Can you tell a difference between the right and left sides of your face like I think you can? Okay, great. And I see this money were not a problem, that you would like to have the time wiser. Now, it's funny, one of the ladies the other day, when I sat down, I didn't have to ask her anything. Because I'm asking them throughout the class, can you tell a difference between the right and left side? Oh, yes, we can. I'm like, good, because if you tell me no, I'm going to take away your tickets or your prizes. Ha! They're like, oh. But I'm just kidding. I'm not really going to say. But you got to try a little humor in there. So she just handed me her sheet like this, and she goes, I want the Time Wiser person. And I said, oh, great, that's a wonderful choice. What else? You just say what else? Anything else? Or you're just leaving it open to what else? She's like, that's it. I said, okay, great. I can deal with that, So that's selling the product. Excuse me. The second part of that is scheduling the next appointment. Amy is the pro at this. She says, I need to see you within the next 7 to 10 days for your customized color makeover and to make sure you're getting the results from the products that I promised that you're purchasing today. So, she did this perfectly. She said, how about the same time next week? So that's how that happened. So, then you're eligible for whatever your hostess program is at that time. And what we're saying is we're going to make a really big deal over you, and you get the total color glam, because we're doing Dash Out the Door and everybody else. I haven't even been doing the creamy eyeshadows. We've just been doing mascara, blush, lip gloss, because they're not buying that anyway. They're not buying, because if you've done such a good job on skincare, then that's what they're going to buy. So why waste your products and samples and everything else unless you're doing that at their second appointment anyway. Now, sometimes when I'm doing a one-on-one facial and they're going to buy everything, I go ahead and do all of it, when it's a one-on-one facial. What about you?
When I do Dash Out the Door, I don't do the cream eyeshadows.
No, I mean like when you're just doing a one-on-one facial and they're expecting the whole
I do that.
Oh, yeah, you do the whole thing, yeah, because they're there to spend money.
But when I do a party, I don't.
Yeah, we haven't been, we've been skipping that. So, Then you're letting her know that you're going to coach her on the class to make sure it goes successfully. And then the last part of your closing with her is setting her up for a team building appointment. Okay, Leah, before you go, can I just give you a real quick compliment? I can. Can I give you a compliment? Okay. Well, I know you're not really leaving. I'm
okay, I was like, am I leaving? Am I leaving?
No, like at the class. Okay. I just want to let you know that I've been really impressed with you tonight. And Mary Kay always said, I don't say this lightly, that at every skincare class or every party, there's at least one beauty consultant. And I want to let you know that I watched you tonight, and you're the one that I chose. Mary Kay may or not be for you, and that's totally okay with me. But I think you are super sharp and owe it to yourself to at least give this opportunity a listen. Is there any reason why you wouldn't just have coffee with me or listen to the opportunity and just to say, yes, this is for me, or no, this is totally not for me? And usually they're, flattered. And I'm being honest. I don't say that to people I don't want to talk to. So, anyways, that's where you set up that specific appointment with that person if you can. Okay? So, that is your individual close. Okay. That is on selling. Okay, so the class, I know we're blowing through this. Well, I'm having a hard time putting this together. Okay. Okay. Marketing. A lot of marketing, this scares a lot of people. This is my favorite. Well, first of all, you want to book it. Sometimes you book people at the classes. Sometimes you just book people that you meet. Sometimes you're just booking people that you know are sharp people. Okay. Here's the booking interview script. Everybody, that's 1, 2. Sarah Catherine, I'm not going to, because
I've got it.
Okay.
I got your
Yeah, I
email,
just
but I'm
have.
not taking it.
Okay, that's fine. Because I don't have a. No. Okay. Hey, Amy, this is Lisa. Do you have a quick minute?
Sure.
This is a minute. Great. I need your help. Now, I'm always asking for help, right? Because I'm very needy. Okay. So, as you know, I am, or maybe you don't know, but now you know, I'm in leadership training with Mary Kay, and one of my assignments, my goal this month is I will be a director in qualification by the end, say whatever your goal is. I will be a director in qualification at the end of this month with your help. By God's help, this will happen. And one of my assignments and part of the process is doing the numbers. So I have to practice sharing our marketing plan with the 6 sharpest women that I know and professional women to get their feedback. Now, I know Mary Kay may not be something you'd ever consider for yourself. That is totally fine with me. But I would go to the moon and back. I mean, literally, the moon and back to get your feedback. Because I've been impressed with you. Because you are my son's pediatrician and my aunt. So, I'm just saying, Auntie. I'll even treat you. This is real. That's what I'm doing. I'll even treat you to a cup of coffee. Or a free lip gloss for your time, your choice. How does that sound?
Great.
I'm serious. What are they going to say no to that? And if they say no, then say next. Like what does that say? They say some will, some won't, so what, some shouldn't. So what? Okay. Okay. So then, if you want to do the hotline, if you just want to do the Sylvia script, this is the one that. This is not on my website yet, but this is the one this is one of Sabrina's newest directors in her area that called up did 29 interviews in her last day in DIQ and brought in 6 new qualified. Do you have this, Sarah Catherine? It's one of my conference. It's one of my conference recordings. Do you have this?
I have that, yeah.
Okay. It is on. Which one was it? It's on my website, but it's one of the conference. But yeah, man, she just made it a whole new, not having to listen to the line thing, just skipping that whole process and going straight for the gusto. So you can do it by line, you can do it by sitting down and some coffee, you can do it over the phone like she did it, where she just goes for it. Sometimes I think I complicate things a little bit too much. Some people like to have a marketing book that they use when they're in front of somebody. what I found, people like a visual, but at the same time, it's more me just asking them about them. Tell me about you. Here's your interview. This is also on my website, but this is the one overall outline that I've been using. And for those of you who have heard me do the interview so many times, you know that I improvise a little bit. I kind of go with the direction that they're going in. So when I ask them if they've listened to my marketing hotline, when I ask them what impressed them the most, and they say the money, then I'm not going to be talking about that God first, family second. They don't care about that much. They need to, but I'm not going to. That's not the direction they're going in. Or if they don't care that much about the money, but they want growth. Oh, I'm just so impressed with the relationships and blah, blah. Then you take off in whatever their hot button is. You go in that direction, okay? This is Pamela Shaw's interview. I love it. It's shorter. One thing that Amy and was it Leah and I don't know who I was on the phone with the other night. I can't remember. Oh, Brittany. I don't remember. See, it's all running together in my mind. We were doing it. Okay. Under number 3. The only thing I changed is she says, on a scale of 1 to 4, where would you rate yourself? I wouldn't join Mary Kay for the last job on earth. 2, thanks for thinking of me. I'd like to remain paying full price. Number 3, I'm excited what you told me and you really got me thinking. No. Let me sleep on it and call me in a day or 2. I'm not doing that. I'm saying, number 3, I'm really excited about what you've told me and you really got me thinking. I'll let you buy me a cup of coffee and tell me more. None of this sleeping for 2 days, because then they go to purgatory. No offense to anybody who's Catholic. But, I mean, really, that's, let's just get this out of the way. So, or number 4, I spent $100 on worse things. I'm a little scared, but as long as you're going to teach me, let's order my kit. And sometimes I say, I've just been saying stuff like, well, it sounds like you'd be a really good consultant. Why don't you give it a try? And then just shut my mouth. And then just see what they say. What are they going to say? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay. So, I like that one. This is the last thing. These are just powerful words for you. 2, 3. I said this, didn't I? Powerful words. Oh.
In that email today?
Yeah?
I was open all of the attachments.
Okay. These are to help you recruit and help you close. And seriously, this is not something that I would consider myself for years. I would have said this is my weakness. So what did I do? I got in the Court of Recruiting 2 years ago. And my goal is to finish Court of Recruiting this year, too. I'm going to give one to Melissa. But, so what do? You study the things that maybe going to ever be my greatest strength, or will I be as strong as somebody else who's just the best? Maybe not. But I can be pretty darn good just by using words that have been there, put there for me. Are you happy doing what you're doing? Are you going to love doing that for the rest of your life? Get them to thinking and questions instead of stating. People don't want to be stated at. They want to be asked. And then you're putting it in their court to answer. You're just so sharp, I'd never forgive myself if I didn't at least present the opportunity to you. Okay? You'll never know if you don't try. What's the worst thing that could happen to you if you were to become a consultant today? What would be the worst thing that could happen to you? Get them. Y'all have heard me ask this question before. And God forbid, if something were to happen to your husband, could you take care of yourself and your family and maintain your present lifestyle? I'm just asking. I hate for you to have to think about those things, but I personally, and I dealt on that, I personally did have to think about those things. And I do think about those things, and that is one of the reasons why I am where I am right now, Mary Kay, today. So, it's not living in fear. It's called being prepared. So, okay. So that's marketing. why build my team in now? Y'all, this is a whole new. Y'all all know why to build your team in now. Right, I mean, I think you've seen the benefits that are available to you in Mary Kay. Okay. Mary Kay. Ooh, I'm doing good. Oh, I'm doing really good. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, Mary Kay image. I've seen over and over again the hundreds of women who walk across the stage as the queen of seminar. And I'm never not blown away sometimes. I'm always watching. Aren't you watching, Sarah Catherine? You're like, whoa, wow, ooh. Okay. They come in all sizes, shapes, colors, educational backgrounds, you name it. I think the queen this last time was this little old retired lady who traveled in a trailer across America. In her trailer with her husband. Cute. I mean, cute little lady, but that was her thing. Everywhere they went, she sold Mary Kay to whoever, whatever trailer park they were staying in.
Ours was like a Supreme Court justice out of Florida.
Oh, so see? Trailer Park Lucy. No, not that she, I don't mean like
educated, like high class.
Supreme Court. Another time was a woman whose son was in the military, and she had gone all out to her and her unit. She had sold so many care packages because she was so passionate about her son being in Afghanistan. I mean, I was bawling. She had me bawling, because of the promotion that she had done, and she was the queen of sales. So, Supreme Court Justice, military mom, Trailer Park Lucy.
Supreme Court judge. I don't
Judge,
know
excuse me.
Justice.
Oh, excuse me, judge.
No, I
sorry.
think I maybe said it wrong, but
Yeah.
whatever.
So, many times the queen is nobody you would pick to be queen. Oh, half the time in the consultant one, what's her name? I should know by now, but she's an Asian lady and she's a pastor's wife, and she always gets up there and she goes, I love Jesus and I love Mary Kay. And her husband's a pastor, and he stands up there next to her, and he's like, and I love Mary Kay too. Because she sells so many, literally, I don't know how much they sell. They must sell, I've heard things, but I'm not sure. So, here's what I mean to say by that. You can be exactly who you are and be as successful in Mary Kay as you want to be. Mary Kay just encourages you to be the best you that you can be. And what do you think is the most common denominator? What? Are y'all laughing about?
No.
Okay.
Wasn't expecting it, so.
What do you think that the one common denominator is among every successful consultant and director? There's one common denominator.
Determination.
Yeah, determination. That's right. See, I got a smart one here. Determination. Starting the goal is a decision. Finishing the job is discipline. And this is how you will reach your goals. If you are a find a way, make a way person, then there is nothing that will stop you from succeeding in Mary Kay. If you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, you're right. I would say that is one of the reasons for the longevity in my Mary Kay career. I will take as much as painful as it is, it has been a very long growth experience for me and continues to be. And I mean, Sarah Catherine said, I'll text her, I'll be like, I'm still learning. Every day I'm learning. God is working on me, making me what I ought to be. Okay. Just a week to make the moon and the earth and Jupiter. Do y'all know that song? Okay.
I do.
She does. It's a kid's song. So, anyways, my point being is, determination. And then if y'all have heard me say that Mary Kay has the bloodiest knees in town. So, what is Mary Kay professional attire? Some people say, does this mean that I'm going to be required to wear a skirt? You're not required to do anything. But if I look like I'm a beauty consultant, I mean, I had a lady come here once, and she was talking all about her Mary Kay beauty consultant. I said, why are you here if you have a Mary Kay beauty consultant? She said, well, if you saw what she looked like and what she dressed like, you wouldn't be taking advice from her either. It has nothing to do with how beautiful you are. It has to do with how you present yourself and how you put yourself together. I mean, so does that mean that you can't look cute in a pantsuit? No, I wear pants all the time. that when I go to seminar, or I go to WOW night, or I go to my Mary Kay meeting, or I go to, I'm not telling y'all because y'all always look great, but people ask why. I mean, out of respect for Mary Kay, because that's the one thing that she asked us to do, I will respect. If she will pay me a six-figure income, then I will wear a skirt and pantyhose. You know? Well, I'll do my fishnets or whatever. I mean, you know, they've lightened up on all those rules. It used to be that you had to wear a girdle, too. So,
like in our agreement, it used to say pantyhose. It doesn't
anymore.
But it used to say pantyhose.
But, I mean, even when I go to, just like WOW events or stuff like that, I'll wear, you know, just,
I wear them.
yeah, I don't like it. But, anyways, my legs aren't that cute, so it works out okay for me. If my legs look like Leah's, then I would be showing all of it all the time. So, anyway, company events is, yes, professional attire, skirt, you know, y'all know what that is. Use discretion. I mean, if you're going to go do a bunch of college girls and you're doing a PJ, getting them ready for bed, no, I'm not going to wear my suit. You dress appropriately for the occasion, you know. So if we're getting them ready for bed, then yeah, that's how you dress. Yeah. If it's my PJ party, why not? I think so. Don't you, Sarah Catherine? Yeah, they're going to think I'm weird. So, whatever, because you want to communicate, you want to be at their level. Oh, which brings me to another thing. When you're clothing somebody, and there's not a chair, you're not at their eye level, you want to get below them. You want to get below, like in other words, below their level. Because if you're standing over someone, this is going back to clothing as a seller or whatever, then you're hovering over them. Powering, yeah, it's a power thing. It's a power play. This way you're at a servant's level. Okay. And the other thing too is like, okay, so like I know what looking cute in pants looks like, but somebody, if I say pants, and somebody else might go, oh, khakis, and then somebody else might go, well, crop, you know, they just kind of, yeah, I mean, it kind of gets kind of lost in the way. So, just professional events, y'all know what to wear. Okay, actions, golden rule. Ooh, what does the golden rule mean? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So, we're not in the business of taking other people's prospects, customers, or team members. No, it's prospective team members. And we hold ourselves in high regard so that we don't get involved in recruiting disputes. What does that mean? If you're holding a party and your hostess invites someone who already has a consultant, at that appointment she is welcome to buy anything she wants. This just happened to me recently. I told her, you are welcome to support your hostess today and purchase anything you want to from me, because she made it very clear that she had a consultant. And I said, but I will not be following up with you from this point forward, okay? If you're bumping into someone talking about the fact that you just started Mary Kay, and they sorry, I had a cold. So, in this case, the person came back and actually even asked me about the Mary Kay opportunity. And as hard as it was, I referred her back to her consultant. I'm going to tell you, I feel like God, I was literally about to crack. So I was like, okay, because I know that not everybody does things that way. 1 minute later, I won a $2,500 travel voucher from Mary Kay Corporate to a trip anywhere. I mean, my director, because I just told my senior director what had happened, and she said, God just rewarded you for having integrity. I don't know. I never won anything before in Mary. I mean, like, that I didn't earn, yeah. So, okay. And many times, but you know what? Someone isn't somebody's customer if they sold a lipstick to them. You know what I mean? That you don't own anybody. We don't own anybody. But you don't say, oh, come with me. You know, because a lot of times the customers don't understand. You know, they don't understand. So, it's our responsibility to establish that relationship so they know what to expect. And a lot of times when I close an interview with someone, I'll say, okay, so Should Mary Kay be something that you do decide, you see in your future? I would like to know that you would want to work with Amy and myself. Is that something that you would be willing to agree to do? That's a good way. That's what Glory Mayfield Banks does. You know, whether they remember it or not is another story. But another thing you can do too is say, like if they say no, not now. Sometimes I'll say, do I have permission to check back with you in 3 months or 2 months and see if your life situation's changed? Do I have permission? There's nothing wrong with doing that. Usually someone's your customer if they've been facialed by you or by someone else. I mean, that's my general rule of thumb. Now, I have had people that have been facialed and they've come to me and they've said, you know what? It takes her 3 weeks to get me my product, and I'm just tired of that. And guess what? That's not how Mary Kay designed it. She said you can't sell from an empty wagon. So, you know, you weren't providing good customer, that consultant, not you, but that consultant was not providing good customer service. So, and also, I mean, I would like to know so that I don't have to keep people on my PCP list either. I mean, if they're getting 5 different PCP, you know, things, that's not fair to you. That's not fair to me. You know, the way Mary Kay designed it 50 years ago was that every woman would have their very own special beauty consultant, not their very own 5 special beauty consultants. So, okay. Phone etiquette. These are kind of things that y'all know, but how many of y'all call somebody's phone and it's their business phone on their card and it's their 3-year-old answering? Not cute. Hi, you're my mommy. You know, no, If that's your business line, it's not going to be Landon, as cute as he is, saying this is his mommy's Mary Kay line. Okay. 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 Oh, when we talk about unit meetings, we appreciate y'all so much because I know that y'all. I mean, Stinkin' drives an hour and a half away. But we take a lot of time to prepare what we're going to share. I mean, like I take it very seriously. It takes away, and it's okay. I love it. I love teaching. It takes away from my personal sales time and other things. So, and that's why too when I say Sarah Catherine has a Sunday night call, I have a Sunday night call, and I say, well, if whatever I went over was covered in that call, I will very politely refer you back to the call that was recorded, not because, I mean, she has a very legitimate reason. She's working half the time. But if whatever I'm going to be sharing on the call is recorded, or it was shared at a meeting, and it's on Ustream, or it's, or it's been recorded, then that makes us crazy to have to, especially as our units grow bigger, to say, okay, let me just go over everything that you missed last night. Then they call me the next morning. What did we go over meeting in last night? No, I don't know what we went over in meeting last night. No, I mean that's crazy. This is going to help you guys be too. Like as you become directors, to know how to have those boundaries and say, or if you say, well, what's the number for the recording? Then to not be offended if I say, where do you think you might find that information? Sarah Catherine, I mean, you've done it to her. It's on my website. Because you could be a crazy person. You'll see. You could be a crazy person if you don't have systems in place where you have, like, okay, it's on the website. It's under playback recordings or it's under important numbers or, because we work really hard to make it. There's so many things that I'm trying to streamline and make better. Okay. Are y'all happy about having pizza here? Do you think that makes it better?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Then we're going to keep doing it. But I think it's made a big difference, too. Like, I tell guests, they're like, oh, okay. I'll be there. And then it's, okay. Okay, I think that's almost it. Okay, so the focus of the meetings, besides y'all, I know y'all are the focus, but is the guests. So we will, like if you have guests or I have guests or her, so Sarah Catherine, I'm not going to be talking to Melissa right away now. She's going to be in there closing her guests, okay? Well, no, because that's just that's because she's got to do that. So In other words, that's the focus. So I know a lot of people come to the meetings to talk, and we do want to do that, but we gotta close your guests and things first. That's the most important thing. And y'all aren't like the city at all, but I've had people here before that they want to come here and unload and say a bunch of negative things. Well, it's not that I haven't had those thoughts too, but I'm not going to be sharing them here. You can take them out there to the car, or call me after the meeting, or or whatever the stinking thinking is, because you don't want to. If somebody else has had, like somebody comes in and says, "Oh man, I just had the worst class ever. None of them showed up, and nobody bought anything." I mean, you might have a brand new consultant here who's so excited, and you just popped her bubble. Totally ruined it for her, because that might not be her experience. I mean, I've heard national sales directors say that their first class was a big fat bomb. 0. Like, there was a Hispanic one, I don't remember her name, but she talked about her first several classes being 0. I was like, that lady's got some persistence. She's a national. But, anyways. Oh, this is another thing. This is all meeting etiquette, but I know sometimes y'all get bored of. I know it's hard to believe, but you might have heard me, like, especially when we're doing big things in here, and if the consultants are at the back but the guests are here, if Sarah Catherine and Sonia are competing with the conversation in the back, that is like hard, really really hard to do. And so, as much as it might kill you and be painful to you, if you could just like help, but not be having your own conversation, and I don't mean this to sound like kindergarten. I hope it doesn't. I'm saying this for all new consultants, because some people don't. They really don't get it. I know y'all get it, because you've been around long enough to know. But having separate conversations, it's just really, because remember, the guests are our focus for the meeting. So I think. And then answering the phones in the middle of the meeting. And y'all don't do that, but answering the phone in the middle of the meeting. If you have to answer, because I might have an emergency too, then to just go outside and take care of the phone call, so that it's not a huge distraction to everyone around you. And I think that's it. Next time we're going to cover office management and time management. We will also cover, and this is going to be a big one, and then contests for the year, money management. That's going to hurt my head, but it's a good one. And then next steps in your business. So, are y'all excited? I'm excited to do number 3. You can go ahead and turn off. Okay, bye for now until we do number 3.